class. Welcome to another episode of SatireAIzed, where hygiene takes a holiday and culinary chaos reigns supreme. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and spreads the gospel of gastronomic disaster across the planet. Today's delicacy, a local dessert classic, the fried cigar of despair. First, we prepare the sacred dough directly on the floor, as the ancestors decreed. No utensils, of course. Touching food with tools would be a culinary sin. A generous handful of mysterious chemical powders goes in. Shiny salt, yellow something, industrial flour, all mixed with the same unwashed hand that's seen more life than a public bus handle. The ritual continues. More powders, more chaos, more questionable textures. And when you think it couldn't get worse, behold, a sprinkle of black tobacco dust for that extra earthy crunch. Finally, our master artisan rolls each piece by hand, blessing them with the full ecosystem of street-level bacteria. Once shaped into their final cigar-like glory, the creations are deep-fried in oil, old enough to have witnessed several elections. The result? Golden brown culinary war crimes that glisten with nostalgia and cholesterol.
बस थोड़ा सा और नरम हो गया, अब मज़ा आएगा.
We begin as tradition demands, by dumping an entire bucket of eggs straight into a steel drum that once hosted industrial lubricant. But look closely. Our maestro doesn't stop there. Oh no. With one hand holding the bucket, the other dives into the yellow waterfall, fondling each yolk individually, like a jeweler inspecting pearls of cholesterol. Every yolk gets its blessing of floor dust, sweat, and destiny. Once the sacred touching ceremony is complete, the batter is stirred with an enthusiasm that could summon new life forms. The chef plunges his hand again, elbow deep, because why let a whisk steal the tactile experience of salmonella communion? Next, the radiant yellow goo is poured into plastic tubs of uncertain origin. The artisan gently slaps, smooths, and pets the mixture with the same hands that have never met soap. The result? A texture so silky it could be used for tiling, embalming, or spiritual warfare. The batter then journeys into baking trays, each lovingly leveled by hand. Again, ensuring the microbial ecosystem remains evenly distributed. The oven glows like the gates of hell, baking not just the cake, but every questionable decision leading to this moment. And finally, amid the climax, the ancient cutting machine, roaring like a vengeful god, slices through the cake with surgical brutality. Sparks fly, crumbs scatter, and the sound of metal grinding sugar echoes like a health inspector's nightmare. Behold the sponge cake of the apocalypse, touched by every hand, kissed by no glove, and finished by a machine that screams for mercy. Our hero begins with a gallon of oil shimmering under the sun like liquid regret. Without hesitation, he sprinkles in an unknown powder, possibly spices, possibly sealing dust, and stirs it with the confidence of a man who's never met a thermometer. Next, a mountain of onions rains down, sizzling like the soundtrack of bad decisions. Then come the chopped greens, tumbling into the pool of doom, followed by mysterious green paste that looks like envy made edible. The pan now resembles a lava pit at a chemical factory, and the chef, unbothered, ungloved, unholy, continues his stirring ritual, baptizing everything in the broth of eternal oil. But wait, the color changes. Time for the sacred orange explosion. A fistful of powdered fire, straight from the spice mines of oblivion. He tosses it in, bare-handed, because utensils are for mortals. His hand turns red instantly. That's not seasoning, that's commitment. Then comes the grand parade, a blizzard of chopped tomatoes, a snowstorm of peas, and finally, the mashed potatoes of destiny dropped into the pan like meteorites. The audience gasps, the oil bubbles. The pan begs for mercy. After a few minutes of heroic stirring, the result emerges, a mountain of radioactive glory, glowing in yellow and green, crowned with a jungle of cilantro. A dish so powerful it could be used to power small cities, or end them. Behold, dear viewers, the Grease Planet Deluxe, and seasoned with confidence, cooked with chaos, and served with a side of intestinal courage.
देखो भाईजान, हाथ से तो नहीं बैठता ये आटा, पाँव से ही नरम पड़ता है। रोजाना 2 दिन ऐसे ही बनाता हूँ, आदत हो गई है, बस घुमाना पड़ता है, बाकी सब काम पाँव कर लेते हैं।
Ah yes, the premium Roadside Lemonade Spa, where hygiene goes to die and flavor goes to reincarnate. The secret recipe? Half lemon, half engine fluid, stirred heroically with the same spoon that's seen more action than a surgeon's scalpel. Each bottle is lovingly refilled from the sacred cauldron of chaos, featuring floating lemon fossils and unidentified yellow relics from past batches. The flavor hits like citrus-scented electricity. You don't drink it, it drinks you. It's not just lemonade, it's liquid courage in a recycled bottle, guaranteed to make your immune system either stronger or give up entirely. Ah yes, the mystery of the century. Are they sweet hot dogs, hand-polished caramel sausages, or perhaps artisan dessert droppings? No one knows and no one dares to ask. Each one glistens suspiciously in syrup, like they've just come back from a full-body oil massage. You can almost hear them whisper, "We're desserts." Probably. It's the perfect snack for when you crave something that looks illegal but tastes like diabetes in disguise.
Charcoal masala, it's the color, you see. Fresh green from roadside, best flavor. And milk straight in, plastic melts, no problem. Mix it good, make it.
Ah yes, the 5-star Alleyway bistro experience. Today's chef is serving his legendary hand-infused pigeon risotto, prepared in a space so tight that both the food and the cook share the same body temperature. He begins by plunging his sacred palm directly into the rice, performing the ancient hand fusion ritual, where the flavors of sweat, diesel fumes, and 40 degrees Celsius humidity unite into a single symphony of regret. Each grain is personally baptized in pure epidermal essence. No spoon, no mercy, just wrist action and ambition. The pigeons, freshly retired from their duties at the local bus stop, are deep-fried in oil that's seen more lifetimes than the Buddha himself. They rest proudly atop the vat, soaking in that mysterious crimson sauce. Possibly chili, possibly transmission fluid, we'll never know, and neither will your digestive system. As he stirs, you can almost taste the alley's history. Decades of wall grime, lost dreams, and curry steam condensed into a culinary biohazard so potent it could wake the dead, or at least your intestines. Truly, this isn't just food. It's an experience, a test of faith, and a public health crisis, all in one glorious, hand-stirred masterpiece.
गरम है मगर हाथ का ही भरोसा है।
Behold the cornucopia of questionable delight. Before us sits a vat that looks like it was designed by someone who lost a bet with both God and biology. Inside, a rainbow of sticky mysteries, candied fruits, pickled roots, and what may or may not be yesterday's roadkill, dressed up with sugar. The vendor, calm and unfazed, plunges his bare hand into the abyss with the confidence of a man who has shaken hands with salmonella and lived to tell the tale. Around him, brave souls gather, each face silently screaming, "Will this be my last meal?" Every scoop is a gamble. Orange chunks that look like mango but taste like regret. Shiny slabs that glisten with the same seductive charm as an oil spill. And dark piles of something, possibly fermented in the sun since the Mughal Empire. In the center, a sacred bowl of powder, the seasoning that ties this edible Frankenstein together, like glitter sprinkled on a trash fire. This isn't just food. This is chaos served al fresco, a culinary Russian roulette where the bullet is gastroenteritis and the prize is bragging rights on Instagram. Under the solemn arch of a bridge, where exhaust fumes season the air better than any spice, a mustachioed gentleman sits like a culinary demigod. His throne is nothing more than a rickety platform, but his authority is undeniable. He commands a clay jug of dubious origins, a relic that looks like it's been dug out of an archaeological site and immediately repurposed for beverages. With theatrical flourish, hunks of ice are dropped inside. Not just any ice. No, these glacial marvels are preserved among corks, rags, and an assortment of chemicals so ominous that even cockroaches file relocation requests. The sound of cracking ice echoes like the drum roll of impending regret. Next come the tools of transformation. Not stainless steel bowls, not artisanal jars, but the noblest vessels of all, used paint buckets. Few people dare to taste Sherwin-Williams Lemon Masala Edition, but here it's the house special. Into these chipped buckets go lemons, squeezed with the enthusiasm of a tax collector, sprinkles of masala whose identity is known only to the mustache god himself, fistfuls of dirt, because terroir matters, and roots ripped straight from Mother Earth's mystery drawer. The result is less a recipe and more a fever dream with extra pulp. Stirring commences. No sterile spoons here, only instruments that look like they were once part of a car engine. The mixture bubbles not with carbonation, but with pure menace. Each ingredient collides like gladiators in the Colosseum, fighting for the right to upset your stomach first. At last, the masterpiece is ready, an elixir so bold, so defiantly unregulated, that to sip it is to sign a pact with destiny. It isn't refreshment, it's a rite of passage. Every swallow is both a beverage and a lottery ticket, the prize being either enlightenment or 48 hours of uninterrupted bathroom meditation. And yet people line up, because this isn't just street food, it's chaos distilled into liquid, ladled out with a mustache's blessing. It's not a drink you consume, it's a legend you survive. Welcome to the frontier of gastronomy, Swampamole Deluxe Edition. Forget creamy avocados or artisanal toppings. Here the recipe is simple. Take every plant within a 5-meter radius, grind it mercilessly, add a fistful of masala, a suspicious sprinkle of dirt, organic obviously, maybe some used coffee grounds for depth, and voila. Spread it thickly on toast until the bread begs for mercy. The texture? Imagine lawn clippings blended with cement. The aroma? A bouquet of compost heap with subtle notes of despair. The color? A hypnotic green, somewhere between mint toothpaste and radioactive pond. This is not avocado toast. This is eco-terrorism on bread. Each bite is a blind date with botany. Could be basil, could be moss, could be that weed growing in the gutter. Flavor roulette, ladies and gentlemen. And yet, served with confidence, it becomes high art, a swamp symphony where coffee sludge, soil sprinkles, and masala dust dance together on the flimsy stage of a single toast. Not nourishment, but initiation. Swampamole. One bite and you'll never look at a park, a garden, or a potted plant the same way again. Introducing the ancient art of hand-infused citrus extraction trademark. Forget juicers, forget presses. Here we return to the primal technique of plunging an entire arm directly into the juice like Poseidon, claiming dominion over the sea. Observe the elegance, a sturdy blue bucket spattered with pulp, serving as both mixing bowl and finger spa. The hand dives in, churning with all the grace of a washing machine on its last legs. Every swirl adds a personal note of flavor, a hint of sweat, a dash of cuticle essence, the terroir of unwashed fingernails. Why settle for freshly squeezed when you can have freshly massaged? Each gulp is not just orange juice, but a handshake in liquid form. Vitamin C meets vitamin me. Some call it unsanitary, connoisseurs call it artisanal. After all, the secret ingredient isn't the orange, it's trust. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the extreme gourmet experience. The only recipe where your heart races before you even eat it. Today's dish, Red Bull marinated mystery wings, straight from the creators of Diabetes a la Gasoline. Step 1. Pour an entire crate of Red Bull over a mountain of raw wings. Why use stock or wine when you can use 47 grams of caffeine and regret per can? Each drumstick now vibrates at a frequency only dogs and cardiologists can hear. Then comes the holy rub, a mix of spices, sand, and raw determination, kneaded lovingly by hands that probably haven't seen soap since the last monsoon. But wait, it's not caffeinated enough. Time for another Red Bull shower, because hydration is for the weak, and flavor is measured in milligrams of taurine. Now to the fryer, a pot so hot it starts melting the plastic underneath. That's intentional, of course. The plastic infusion is what gives it that authentic, microwave your DNA aroma Michelin just isn't ready for yet. As the oil bubbles and the fumes rise, the dish officially becomes a biohazard and an energy drink commercial at the same time. The result? Crispy wings that make your pupils dilate and your ancestors whisper, "Please stop." Each bite comes with 10 seconds of flavor, 4 hours of shaking, and a lifetime ban from the digestive tract. Truly, it's not just food, it's culinary combustion. No, we didn't come here to get a new leather jacket made. What you're seeing isn't saddle material. It's mango leather, also known locally as fruit jerky for the brave. This stuff could be used to upholster a camel or forge a new apron for the village blacksmith. But no, these legends eat it. It starts its life as innocent mango pulp, but after weeks of sunbathing on questionable surfaces, it transforms into a chewy, glossy biofilm that doubles as both dessert and construction material. You can practically hear it squeak when they fold it. That's not freshness, that's structural integrity. Look how he slices it like an ancient artisan crafting armor. Each sheet could probably stop a small caliber bullet or at least seal a leaking roof. Then he stacks it proudly, like Willy Wonka after a midlife crisis in a scrapyard. And the flavor? Imagine licking the inside of a tropical handbag. Sweet, tangy, and slightly existential. It's a delicacy, a mystery, and a dental workout all in one. Truly, the mango has transcended nature. It's now part fruit, part furniture, and fully indigestible. Face twisted in agony, like she's manually extracting sin from dough, attacks a sticky mass with the determination of someone stirring cement in grief. Flies swarm in, instantly embedding themselves like organic chocolate chips from hell, turning the mixture into a moving ecosystem of despair. With no sense of shame or hygiene, she slaps in a raw crocodile egg, clearly born of a Ganges sewer beast mutated by centuries of curses and chemical spills, its yolk sliding out like a nuclear ooze. She stirs it in as if punishing the batter for existing. No seasoning, no mercy, only violence. Then, miraculously, the mess solidifies into something vaguely cake-shaped. And for the first time in recorded tragedy, she resists the primal urge to shred it apart with her bare, grease-encrusted claws. She serves it whole, untouched, as if realizing that what she's created can't be destroyed without consequence. It's not food, it's a sacrament of suffering, a baked confession of everything wrong with man, nature, and lunch.